Good morning, cats. What's happening? I'm in a little bit of misery today. Yesterday, I had to have laser surgery on my teeth here. So my jaw, my teeth, sore. I have a headache. And to make things worse, my instructions from the doctor yesterday were only liquids for 3 days. No chewing, no eating, just liquids. And then, for the next 2 weeks, only soft foods, such as anything that you could pour out of a blender. So I don't chew on let my mouth heal. So that's going to be fun. Maybe this would be a good incentive for me to diet a little bit. Anyway, I walked out on the front porch yesterday and I had this Amazon box, and I thought, what the heck? Did I order something? No. And I thought, what the heck is this? Well, I got a gift. It says a gift. Thought you could find this useful from Texas. And that's it, kind of anonymous. Well, I do know somebody from Texas. And it's my suspicion that this is from Dave and LaDonna. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. Let's see what we got here. It is a tripod. Oh, this is nice. Check this thing out. So this can be used, I guess, with my GoPro or my phone, from what I can see. Oh, it's got a real sturdy base there. And then it goes up like, gee whiz, it looks like it might go up even up to 6 feet. And then I've got this cell phone holder that attaches on there, or the GoPro holder that attaches on there that will hold my GoPro. And what makes it even really cool is it's Bluetooth, and it's got a little remote here that I can, stand way back, put my camera there, doop, hit the little remote thing, and it starts either taking a picture, recording, or whatever. Pretty cool. I am pretty impressed, and I will most likely use that. In the past, what I've done, when I need to do a shot, where I'm not actually holding this camera, most of my shots, the camera's in my arm, in my hand right now. I just hold it and I swing it around, and you can't really see my arm, but it's there. But in some shots, I have to prop the camera. I've known to set it on a bucket, a step ladder, a table, or something. So this thing is going to come in real handy because it's very lightweight and it's pretty cool. It looks like, it's got, you can even adjust the tripod on it. But that's really neat. I suppose you could use it like a selfie stick too. You could extend it way out, and I could have this thing sticking out 6-7 feet in front of me there. Pretty neat. Thank you very much, you guys. Very thoughtful of you. For anybody that's interested, it is a Sensing 62-inch selfie stick with a Bluetooth remote. Cool. Very cool. Well, the doctor told me don't be very ambitious for the next couple days. He said don't do anything real strenuous or anything. Just let that relax there and heal, because they said there's a lot of blood clots in my mouth right now, and he doesn't want to encourage any bleeding. So I'm just trying to take it nice and easy. I do have to go out today, though, and get to the store and find some soft foods that I can digest, like maybe pudding or I don't know. I'm gonna have to search around and see what there is. I mean, anything that's soft that I don't have to chew, you know. So I suppose I could do like hummus or maybe even like oatmeal or something like cream of wheat or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to kind of do a little research on that and come up with a good solution for my diet. Even if he said, you know, I could put food in the blender and just blend it up to where I don't have to chew it. And uh, for a guy that likes to eat, how's that going to work? Anyway, I don't know how it is for you guys, but yeah, well, when I first moved out here, it was 1992, and I don't think even half of the homes that are here now were here back then. Uh, and that has increased the traffic dramatically in this area. I mean, I go down and get the mail, and the cars are going by like 60 mile an hour, and I have to wait for the cars to go by where I can reach out and grab my mail so I don't get clipped by someone going by. But anytime I go to drive somewhere, you go head into town or go to an appointment or something, it never fails out here. I get stuck behind somebody that's driving anywhere from 10 to 20 miles under the speed limit. And I know when I think about it, I think, okay, if you're young, you usually drive fast, but the young people don't live out here in the country per se, because most of the people that live out here have lived here for a long time, and they're older people. There's a lot of older people that live out here. So it's real common that if I take out of here and I go down the state route, I'm caught behind grandma or grandpa. You know, it's a 55 mile an hour, and I usually go 65 mile an hour, but I'm caught behind grandma or grandpa going 35 or 40 miles an hour, like they're out on a Sunday drive. And that gets real frustrating. Now, in Ohio here, northern Ohio, most of the roads are in like a straightaway, like a grid pattern. It's real hard to get lost. You just go around the block or whatever. Most of the roads go north and south or east and west. There are some twisty roads when you get into the valley areas, but for the most part, when you're in the agricultural area, the farmland, it's just flat. I mean, you can see for 2 or 3 miles straight ahead down the road. But it's not always an easy area to pass either. I mean, so you're usually stuck behind them for quite a long time until you can get around them. And then even sometimes you pass them and you're going like 60 miles an hour now, and you look in your mirror and they're like right behind you. It's like, wait a minute, you were going 35 miles an hour back there, but now because I passed you, you're right on my tail. I don't understand people's driving habits. But it just goes to show that when I get behind the wheel, yeah, I can very easily get stressed out. It's even worse when you get in town, though, because then you get, you know, a lot more traffic, heavier traffic. I was caught behind Grandma and Grandpa one day, who stopped like right in the middle of the road with their turn signal on and couldn't make up their mind whether they wanted to turn or not into the parking lot. Like they were sitting there arguing with each other, like, should we turn and park here, or should we keep going up here, or what should we do? And I'm like sitting there like tooting my horn, like, come on, there's a line of cars behind me and you guys are just sitting here in the middle of the road blocking traffic with your turn signal on, trying to figure out what you're going to do. I mean, yeah, it stinks getting old. But, you know, there comes a point where you have to say to yourself, should I still be driving if I can't even figure out how to drive? If I can't manage to go at least the speed limit? I know in their mind they're thinking, that's the speed limit. You're not supposed to go faster than that, but you can go very slow under the speed limit and be just fine. Yeah, I know, I get it, but to me, the speed limit is the speed you're supposed to, or the speed that's recommended to travel at. And if you want to go faster, you can go 5 or 10 miles faster, and you'll be okay. At least around here, you won't get a citation. If you're 15, 20 miles over the speed limit, you're going to get cited, and the cops do know where to hide out here in the country. They have the little dip in the road, and that's where they're going to sit, and they'll wait for you there. And you come flying over the hill, and it's like, uh-oh. I know where their traps are, so I'm already thinking ahead of time. Okay, I got to slow down here because there's going to be a cop sitting up here, and 50% of the time, there he is, sitting there waiting on people. But anyway, that all those traffic situations build stress. And it's no wonder that people have road rage nowadays. Now, I'm not a road rager, but I have been known to spout out quite a flurry of foul words when somebody cuts me off or gets in my way when I'm on a mission and I'm going somewhere. I do like to give people courtesy on the road. I'm not that person that's going to just run you off the road to get where I'm going. If you're a legitimate driver, I am a courteous driver, but when it comes to some people, it's just like almost beyond what you can control. You just that irritability just builds up in you, and then you just let it. Yeah, it comes out like vomit out of my mouth. I've called people all kinds of names behind the wheel. Well, I wouldn't call them that to their face, but a lot of times I imagine, that it would be nice to have a big megaphone on the front of my car where I could just get on my PA and say, "Get out of the way! Move it over!" You have a James Bond car where you could have little machine guns come out of the grill and nah. Anyway, yeah. So the road rage thing is even worse today. And I'm not even going to go into the cell phone thing about people drifting left to center and cutting you off, or somebody sitting at a green light while they're playing with their cell phone. That's a whole different story. All these things, though, build up stress when you're driving. Now, the other day I'm driving along and all of a sudden it hit me like, dude, you're gritting your teeth. So obviously I'm stressed because normally I don't grit my teeth. And I was just driving along, had the radio on, and I'm like, I'm gritting my teeth. So obviously I'm stressed when I don't even realize that I'm stressing. Behind the wheel with traffic patterns, crazy drivers, all these things going on, it definitely builds stress. So that just makes it even more dangerous for us as motorcycle riders to be out on the road. And we just have to be 100% alert when we're driving on our bikes. You got to have eyes in the back of your head. You got to be watching your mirrors all the time. You got to be watching your peripherals. You got to kind of contemplate what that guy in front of you is going to do. I call it defensive driving. I don't just take it for granted. I see somebody up ahead sitting in an intersection. In my mind, I'm already thinking to myself, they're going to pull out in front of me, or there's a good potential that they could pull out in front of me, so how am I going to react? And I'm already planning for that. I see so many guys nowadays that they just bomb through thinking that they're invincible. Like they just kind of assume that people see them and that they have the right of way, and that's how motorcyclists get hurt, or worse yet. Yeah. So it's not getting any easier. It's not getting any better, especially out here. in the country where I'm at. It's not. It's turning into. Eventually, going to turn into suburbia. The suburbs are already creeping out this way. Housing developments have been popping up. Probably not even 8 miles from here. They just put up 3 housing developments, and I'm not talking about budget places either. These are expensive homes, and like little the cul-de-sacs and all the little streets and everything with these great big homes built all over the place. I often wonder. I see these big homes, these expensive homes, and I think, where are all these people working? Where are they? Where do they all find jobs to pay for that level of living? Uh, that country club. The country club's right across the street from these developments, so they can probably jump in their golf cart and ride right across the street and do 19 holes. That seems to be the thing for the wealthy, and it's kind of creeping out this way. Now, I got agricultural field on the south side of my property, and I'm thinking one day here, it's going to be up for sale. They're going to sell it off in lots, and I'm going to have something popping up right next door to me here. So in the meantime, what I've been doing is planting some pine trees along the tree line over there, thinking that eventually those pine trees will make like a block where if somebody does start building over there, I'm not going to see it. So anyway, that's my gripe, my grief today. I got to head into town, and I already know what I'm up against. That doesn't even cover getting into the Walmart parking lot, because that's like every man for himself there. I'm not one of them people that are going to circle around the Walmart parking lot until I find a spot right up front either. My truck goes way to the back of the parking lot. If I ride my bike, it's way in the back of the parking lot where there's hardly anybody parked. And it's funny because I noticed when I drive my truck and I park out there, there's usually about 5 or 6 other nice pickup trucks parked out there too that don't want to be parked down with the rest of the riprap. That's where the fender benders happen. That's where the shopping carts run into your car and all that rigmarole. I stay out of there. And it doesn't hurt to walk. I mean, how hard is it to walk, a couple hundred yards into the store? I mean, you're going to walk all over in the store anyways. You might as well get some fresh air, park out in the back of the parking lot, and take a nice stroll into the store, rather than take the risk of having somebody ding up your vehicle with their car doors or their shopping carts, or worse yet, back into you. So that's a whole nother thing. And then the stress of shopping too. Those people that like to park their shopping cart like sideways right in the middle of the aisle. Every time it's going to happen. I think it was pretty funny the other day. I was at Walmart, and there was this woman there. I'd say, kind of looked like a mom, kind of a lady, and she was on a mission. She knew exactly what she was getting, and she definitely on a mission, like get out of her way. And just by chance, every time I came around the corner, there she was, and I felt like I was in her way. She was just like, had that, come on, get out of my way look on her face. I'd go around the next corner, here she comes again. And I thought, I got to get away from this woman before she, takes a swing at me. She looked like she was getting aggravated, like she thought maybe I was stalking her, like I was trying to follow her. Yeah, that's just that's what happens in the grocery store. Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but that'll give me something to do today anyways, and hopefully I can keep my stress levels down. Hopefully my jaw starts to feel a little better tomorrow, and the next day and the day after that heals up, And hopefully I can find something decent to eat, because for a guy that likes to eat, I'm kind of jonesing for a hamburger or something. And they said, oh, no, 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 no. Not for a couple weeks. No, how can you do this to me? All right, well, that's all I got today. Thanks for listening to my complaints today. Appreciate your support. Appreciate your prayers. And know that I continue to pray for you guys too. Till next time, cats, take it easy.